It's that time again. This is the June 2026 Premium Art Supply box from Sketchbox. Let's see what's inside. Knives, palette knives. Okay, wow. Seems a little light. Oil painting. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. These are kind of cool looking. Okay, are we all still in frame? Moving things. What 3D oilac premium box? Okay. Now with step-by-step instructions. Haven't they had step-by-step instructions? Okay. Let's open up to the supplies. And oil. That is interesting and scary. I've managed to avoid getting into oil painting thus far because I don't really want the cleanup, the chemicals, etc. Let's see. Oh, look at this. This is super cute. A little palette. I don't know. Is your thumb supposed to go in there? I don't know how to hold these. And then it looks like we have for the substrate a custom Strathmore 4x9 inch oil painting pad. Wow. Okay, it says it has a linen finish. It says it's for oil paint, which I have no oil paint, except for maybe right here. And what else? This says 350 GSM. Ooh, I don't know if the camera will focus on that. It does have a very nice texture. That's nice. I like that. Okay, let's peel one off. Set that aside. Oh, and of course, this is I like the sticker with, it looks like paint dripping off of these palette knives. Very cute. We're going to set that aside too. Well, I suppose when we opened up the paper, we might as well check out the palette knives. Okay, these are Sketchbox signature palette knives. I'm not bothered by that. I think they're cute. And I do see, just glancing, it looks like most of the stuff is actually other brands, and that's been kind of an issue with me, is like, oh, I don't want everything to be in-house. So that, so far, it looks pretty good. But these, I guess I don't really know anything about palette knives. I have a handful. I have plastic ones. I have this, like, one gets used for everything except maybe what it was designed for. But it's pretty handy, and it's cheap. You know, it's bent. So far, with my zero knowledge of quality palette knives, these seem pretty amazing. I like this little detail here. The wood handle feels nice. They're light. I don't know what else to say. I probably said too much about them already, but they're cute. And maybe that's just me being nervous about the content of this box. And this is cute too. It's an acrylic mixing palette. It doesn't say it's Sketchbox signature, but it also doesn't say it has a brand. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I am assuming we're going to use it with the paints. That's it, the paints. So let's see here. We have, now this is from Rockwell, which has been putting out some nice stuff. Okay, it says Oilac 3D Oilac, I don't know if I'm saying that right, collection, the ultimate fusion of mediums. Oh, it's water mixable. Oh, relief. Okay, calm down. Water-based mixable oil color. Okay, I remember years ago, Lindsay, the frugal crafter, talking about water mixable oils or something, and I almost bought some because I was like, ooh, I want to try that. But I have so many things that I'm into that I managed to stay away from buying a new hobby, and so I've never tried it. But this is why I get this box, to try new things, and it'll be interesting to see if I like it. So it says 3 feeling paints in one. I'm not really sure what the quote feeling paints means, but oil, acrylic, watercolor. This is very interesting. Rich colors, fast drying, matte, and waterproof finish. What? Okay. Crafted to inspire every artist. Well, it does sound like it's promising a unicorn. We shall see. We have, I don't know how to say, albedo white, primary yellow, orange, viridian hue, and romantic purple. Well, romantic purple. It says, unleash your creativity with the 3D. What is 3D? Is it just because it's like oily, it stands up, three-dimensional? I don't know. We'll see. A unique and sustainable, I like the sound of that because that sounds less toxic. Water-based paint that combines the best qualities of watercolor, oil, and acrylic. A very versatile paint that allows you to dilute with water for delicate watercolor-like washes or apply thick layers for bold textured oil painting effects. Try all the textures possible with the included palette knives this month and use a brush from previous boxes to get a watercolor effect. LF8 rated, which, if I remember correctly, is their designation for excellent, I think, because I went down the rabbit hole of Rockwell, and I have a video. Let me link it, put it down below, if you're interested in seeing the Botanical Aroma watercolors by Rockwell, because I did a swatching little dive into that on my channel, and YouTube algorithm doesn't like me that much, so I'm sure most of you haven't seen it, but yeah, so please check that out, share some love, maybe boost it out of the dungeon that it's in right now, because that was a lot of work, but no one's seeing it. I don't know, don't ask, I don't know how to figure out the algorithm. I'm not the tech person. I'm obviously the color play person. So this looks really fun, and I don't know if it has a fragrance or not. I mean, not a fragrance, an odor. It doesn't have a fragrance like the botanical ones, but we'll find out soon enough. Let me get this off here. Let's see. Wow, I was kind of afraid I was going to damage this because I was clawing at it. Did I? Doesn't appear so. I finally got that off of there. Alright, let's scoot that aside. And actually, I don't even know why I opened that right now, because I could just put these right out onto the paper. Viridian. Okay, interesting. I was realizing we don't have a red or a magenta. Okay, so we got orange and yellow. I wonder if we can get something more pinky with the purple, but it looked kind of blue on the package. Oh, I'm putting these way too close together. Well, orange. Ooh, it's vivid. And ooh, fun, fun, fun. And I might need some water. Okay, and then spread yellow. Ooh, wow, yellow's really pretty. What do they do together? There's not much there. I need a brush too. This paper is probably not designed for a lot of water, considering it's oil painting paper, but we're gonna spread it out with some water. White is white. I don't think I want to put that on yet. Profound statement of the year. White is white. Just in case you were wondering. And Viridian. Whoa! Oh dear. Maybe I want to save some of that. If it dries permanent, then it's gonna dry on my palette, right? But I wonder how long. How long do oil paints stay wet for? And would they dry permanent on your palette? Okay, whoever does oil, please help me out in the comments, because, or paints with oil, does oil? Because I don't know anything about oil paints. And I honestly don't know if these palette knives are any good either. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm liking this water effect here, and I'm not really sure about the whole oil thing. Of course, what would I compare it to, since I just said I don't know anything about it. Oh, I like these colors that are mixing. Let's just mingle the colors, huh? Some white over here. You can't even see it, but maybe we'll... Is it drying already on my paper? Okay, this is going to be a challenge. This is going to be a challenge for me. Is this even entertaining? Mixing the white in with the Viridian. And not surprisingly, we get a nice tint there. Also, I don't smell anything. if you guys were wondering. I wasn't sure. Then we can get a nice light purple color. I should say romantic purple, but it's not, I don't know what's romantic about it. It's not a blue. But then when you mix it, you can get kind of a moody gray color. I want to just treat it like a watercolor, and it's supposed to work like it, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to go about it, because it also is supposed to work like oil and like acrylic. And or did it say it just had properties of it? I don't remember. And I think that I've seen some oil painter stuff, you know, like Bob Ross, didn't he paint with oil? And they like mix right on the canvas, right on the palette. So let's see. Now that wasn't enough. Okay. Romantic purple is a bit of a boss when it comes to the mix here. That's kind of ugly what I'm making there. Sort of an ugly green. Let's add a little more of... Okay, we got a brown going on, sort of. And oops, too much purple. Some kind of brown. Again, not too much water on this paper, I don't think. And what did I say? Okay, the prompt is abstract landscape. Yeah, I think abstract is the way to go, for sure. I'm going to flip this upside down if it doesn't offend the viewers too much there, so I can get access to the other side. More, oh, do you see that? It almost seems a little dry on there. Maybe I should do like an experimentation and see how long it stays wet for, because it did say it's permanent when it's dry, did it not? Water, that's right, it said waterproof finish. I think that means that it is supposed to be permanent when it's dry, but I don't know. So maybe we'll come back to this. Ooh, there's another ugly color that I made. Army green. Ooh, but it could be good. It could be a good earth color. Maybe that's a good mix for nature. We need to mix these two. Because here's our sky and hillside. The only thing I'm a little sad about is I kind of want pink flowers or something. Pink or red flowers, but I guess I get yellow and orange flowers. That's it. A nice olive colored green kind of comes through with the orange and the green. That's a pretty vivid landscape right there. Yes. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. And I don't think there's anything saying what to do if it dries on your surface. So maybe I'll try to get the rest of this stuff off of here and clean this off. Some palette paper here. Because if it's re-wettable at all, it should be re-wettable on the palette paper. And that could make for a nice experiment. We're going to stick some on there. And we'll grab this little bit and stick it there and set this aside and come back to it a lot later. Okay, I've cleaned off my palette, relatively speaking, and very interesting box here. We have some lovely, beautiful colors. This is a new to me product, so I'm excited to try it out. And you know what? We'll see. Love it or leave it, I don't know yet. I'm gonna let these dry and let some ideas percolate, and then I'm gonna try to make some sort of piece of art with this. Alright, let's... Okay, this is only a few hours later, but our little sample here, this is completely dry, and this little blob is pretty dry. Let's see if it's re-wettable at all. And that looks pretty permanent. It can flake off, but that is typical of my palette paper, that it could flake off if it's wetted. And so, you know, I think this is acting a little more like acrylic than oil, because you know, oil painters, please let me know. But I think that oil paint stays a lot longer. Like, it takes a long time for a painting to cure and be dry to the touch. So that's good to know. That's probably one of my least favorite things about acrylic when working with it, is it dries fast and then it like wastes paint if I don't use it all. So I don't know how I feel about that. But let's get in. I just used a watercolor graphite pencil to just put a couple ideas down on this paper. It's not much. We'll see where I get. I'm gonna speed this up, and I'm going for something here, so I don't know. We'll see. Big reveal shows. Well, this washi tape came off really easily. And I kind of wanted to have a little border. Plus, I was thinking, you know, I wanted to... Uh-oh. I said this washi tape came off really easily. It tore a little bit at the top there. Okay, I wanted to go for, like, just a vertical snippet of a landscape. That's what I was thinking. And here's an up-close view. This actually turned out pretty good for me not knowing what to do with that palette knife. Let's see here. We're having trouble getting it in frame. What do you think? I mean, wow. I did... I got a little messy. And some final thoughts here. So far, I mean, these are really new to me, but I enjoyed playing with them. And I'm definitely going to try them some more. Would I buy more? Not yet. They dry pretty quickly. So that kind of annoys me a little bit. But on the plus side, it did kind of force me to keep it a little looser, because it was drying before I was done using it. It's definitely, I would say, more like an acrylic in drying time. And yet, you can mix it with the water, which is kind of cool. I think, I don't know, I had sped it up so hopefully you could see some of the stuff I was doing, but I really like this, and so I'm gonna have to try it some more. I did have some wasted paint, but alas, that is par for the course, I guess. And I don't know if you noticed, I switched to using a plastic palette knife because I was having a really hard time figuring out how to get the what I wanted down with these. So I don't know if that was just user error or what, but this guy has a lot more flexibility, and so I could scoop up the paint and just spread it on a little better. I also used a lovely dowel to get some more points. So look at all those tools in here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This was a pretty cool box. Is it a miss, a hit, or a miss for you? As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I hope you have a wonderful and creative day. Bye!